December 19th, 2025. The official report from NASA was clear, concise, and calming. They told us the interstellar object, 3I Atlas, had safely passed its perihelion. They released a trajectory map showing it swinging around the sun and heading back out into the dark void of deep space. They told us the danger had passed, but that was a lie. While the world was distracted by headlines and holidays, something impossible was taking place 45 million kilometers from Earth. Deep inside the sun's gravity well, hidden by the blinding glare of our star, the data tells a completely different story. An object traveling at 300,000 kilometers per hour doesn't just decide to stop. Physics demands that it speeds up. Nature doesn't have brakes. But on December 19th, 3I Atlas defied nature. Stopped. Today, we are not just looking at a blurry photo. We are decoding the leaked tracking data that they didn't want you to see. The object is not leaving the solar system on the path they predicted. And the most terrifying question isn't how it stopped, but why it decided to stay. To understand the lie, we first have to understand the visitor. When 3I Atlas was first detected in July, the astronomical community was electric. Following the famous Oumuamua in 2017 and Borisov in 2019, this was our third confirmed visitor from another star system. The narrative was established immediately. It is a comet, a wayward chunk of ancient ice and rock, kicked out of a dying star system billions of years ago. Orbital mechanics are the traffic laws of the universe. They are absolute. When a passive object, like a rock, approaches a massive body like the sun, gravity takes over. It grabs the object, swings it around the star, and flings it out faster than it came in. This is called the slingshot effect. It is how we send our own Voyager probes into deep space. And initially, Atlas followed the rules. It accelerated as it fell towards the sun. It reached its maximum velocity at perihelion. Everything looked normal until the anomalies began. The first crack in the official story appeared in November. The James Webb Space Telescope turned its powerful infrared gaze upon the visitor. Scientists expected to see a coma, a cloud of gas and dust that forms around a comet when it gets warm. If this were a natural object made of ice, the sun's heat should be boiling it alive. We should see water vapor, carbon dioxide, a massive glowing tail. But James Webb saw nothing. The spectral data came back flat. No gas, no dust, just a solid, cold, metallic-looking object, moving silently through the dark. It wasn't behaving like a comet. It was behaving like a distinct, solid structure. We could have accepted it was just a strange, dead asteroid. But the maneuver on December 19th shattered that theory forever. This data comes directly from JPL's Horizon system, the database that tracks every object in our solar system. It was public, yet unnoticed by the mainstream news. As the object began its exit trajectory, it should have maintained a constant escape velocity. Instead, the tracking logs show a sudden, inexplicable deceleration. -0.04 kilometers per second. Now, that number might sound small to you, but in the vacuum of space, where there is no air resistance, no friction, and no atmosphere to drag you down, speed is constant. You don't just slow down, unless you want to. To lose that much velocity against the immense gravitational pull of the sun requires energy. It requires a force. It requires a reverse thrust. Imagine you are driving a car down a steep hill. Gravity is pulling you faster and faster. Suddenly, your car slows down. How does that happen? It only happens if you press the brakes. In space, pressing the brakes means firing thrusters in the opposite direction of your travel. This is a controlled maneuver. The official explanation? NASA claims non-gravitational acceleration due to outgassing. They claim jets of melting ice pushed the object back, acting like natural rockets. It's a convenient theory. It explains the math. But remember the James Webb data? James Webb confirmed, there is no gas. There is no ice boiling off. There are no jets. This is the smoking gun. If there is no gas, how did it break? If it's just a rock, how did it fight the gravity of the sun? NASA is contradicting its own data. and they hope we are too distracted to notice. This isn't the first time we've seen this. In 2017, Oumuamua did the exact same thing. It accelerated away from the sun without any visible gas. Back then, Dr. Avi Loeb, the head of astronomy at Harvard University, put his reputation on the line. He proposed that these objects are not rocks. He suggested they could be light sails, ancient probes that use the pressure of sunlight to push themselves just like wind pushes a sailboat. Or perhaps they are defunct technology, space junk from a civilization that died a long time ago. But 3I Atlas is different from Oumuamua. Oumuamua was tumbling uncontrollably. It looked broken. Dead. Atlas is different. Before perihelion, the object was tumbling, spinning wildly on its axis every 8 hours. But the tracking data shows something that should chill you to the bone. The moment it decelerated, the moment it hit the brakes, the tumbling stopped. It stabilized. It locked its orientation. Imagine a spinning top suddenly stopping mid-spin and standing perfectly still. That doesn't happen naturally. It implies internal control. It implies a guidance system. It is no longer behaving like debris. It is behaving like a probe that has arrived at its destination. So where is it now? According to the trajectory update that leaked, the object has entered a high Earth orbit resonance. It hasn't left the solar system. It is parking itself. Why is the media silent? Why are there no breaking news alerts? There is a concept in psychology called ontological shock. It is what happens when a reality is so groundbreaking, so terrifying, that the human mind simply rejects it. If the government admitted today that an alien probe just parked itself near the sun, the stock market would crash, religions would collapse, panic would consume the streets. Perhaps they are silent, not because they are evil, but because they are terrified. They are watching it, tracking it, desperately trying to figure out if it is just passing by, or if it is waiting for a command. We are standing on the edge of the greatest discovery in human history, or the greatest threat. We don't know who sent it. We don't know if it's a machine, a sail, or something we don't have words for yet. But the numbers don't lie. It defied gravity. It stabilized its spin. And it is staying right here. It is still out there, hiding in the glare of the sun. It made its move. Now, we wait for the signal. This video might be suppressed. The algorithm doesn't like this kind of truth. If you want to stay ahead of the narrative and track this object with us, make sure you are subscribed and notifications are on. Share this video before it gets buried, because you deserve to know the truth.